Greetings, Tube Reviews. It's Yellowbelly here, and yes, we have a new series. Wow, look at that, 17 people already in the chat. That's an excellent start. And of course, I have the excellent Mikey Smith with me. Say hello, Mikey.
All right. How are you doing?
Yep. All right. Bear with me, guys, because I'm as nervous as hell. Let me know on the levels. Let me know if you can hear Mikey and you can hear me. That'd be appreciated.
I'll keep my eye on the chat for you.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Oh, we got a few people in. We got Craig in. Finally, he's made it for once. Yes, I agree. And we have, of course, Andrea, who is responsible for all the artwork you were seeing in front of you now, which is awesome.
It's amazing. I love that new intro you've done.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, just threw a bit of music to it. And hopefully, although it doesn't look very clear, the chat box should be working as well. So if everybody's watching on a big screen TV with no chat window, it should pop up there, which is awesome. Who else have we got in there, Mikey?
Everyone's saying the sound's okay. We've got Big Juffer. All right, mate. We've got Pete Walker, the legend that is. He's in. Craig Harrison says a bit echoey. But I hear that a lot. Let us know, guys, if it's like livable. Because when someone says it's echoey, it's like, what do I do about that?
Yeah, it might be my microphone picking up you.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. Try turning me down slightly, if that makes sense.
Yeah, let's have a look. Where's my Discord?
Technic says the sound levels are okay. Don't worry if it's a bit choppy, guys. It's just, what do you call it? It's just Discord videos, not amazing. So just imagine I'm in PowerPoint. I'm not doing anything too interesting anyway, don't worry.
Oh, bless. Well, here we go. We've got a new series, and the idea of this is, as I bang the table with me with my laptop on it, is to see what the way I want it to work. And I thought the best way to do that was to get the awesome Mikey Smith, my comrade in arms, and to interview me, and it'll give you a rough idea really of where we're going with this series. I want it more inclusive, not just Amstrad. There will be a little bit of gaming going on and quite a lot of videos as well. So so hopefully everybody will get an idea, and then they won't be so nervous when I start hounding you all to come on. So good to see you, Anna. Yeah, still alive after last night. Yeah, I'm still alive. They had me up till stupid o'clock in the morning last night chatting. And then,
on Discord?
Yeah, and I got in trouble off my missus.
Yeah, I'm having that a lot at the moment. Like, the other night when Zai did that stream about the Amstrad competition, I was up all the way through that, and I went upstairs about 5 o'clock, and she was not happy.
Oh, yeah.
No, Big Juffer's spotted my little girls in the background and should go to bed.
In the background. Oh,
yeah,
bless.
she is. She's not ready to go to bed yet. I think she's playing Roland in space or something, and she's not ready yet.
Right. So there we go. Yes, we have a set in. We have Anna. We've got 8-bit Rach. How are you, my love? How's your hairy back? Yeah, how's your hairy backside getting on? Have you been using the old iMac? And who else? Texie, of course, DVD film bloke. Yeah, we've got a few guys in there. Which is
the gang's all in.
The gang's in, yes. You can tell because everybody's a moderator, pretty much.
Yeah, more spanners than a plumber's work bag. Exactly.
So, I think we should just make a start, really, sir. You've got your running list there.
I have, yeah. I'm taking over as standing interviewer. So, like in future, I'll be Yellowbelly, or Yellowbelly will be me, if that makes sense. So, Phil.
Hello.
I'm going to jump straight in. Why do we call you Yellowbelly? Where's that come from?
Right. Well, I used to ride a motorcycle. And that
do you know what? That doesn't surprise me.
Yes. And that motorcycle was silver. It was a sports bike, and it had a yellow belly pan.
Right.
And all my mates in the bike club started calling me Yellowbelly.
Okay.
Yellow belly
did
pan.
You have it on, Did you have it on? Did you have it on your helmet as well? Did you have like an helmet with it?
No,
with
I
it
had
written
those.
on?
I had a what colour helmet did I have? I can't remember the colour helmet, but it had those doggo ears. You can get suction cup dog ears on them now.
Okay.
So, but yeah, that's where it came from. It just became a nickname in the bike club.
Did you start riding like a motorbike quite young? Like I'm thinking, are you like the guy out of Grease 2, the really cool guy who's like on a bike? Is that you? Are you the guy from Grease 2?
No. I came into it late actually. I think it was my 30th. I hit 30, and you know what it's like. It's either have an affair or do something you've always wanted to do. So it was like I always wanted a motorbike. I never got to ride it, so I took my test and did all that and did the bike thing.
I had the same panic at 30, but I got into watercolouring instead, a bit of, painting, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's a bit safer than motorbikes.
Yeah. Well, I could never, the reason I asked about it is because, like, if you were younger, like having a motorbike would make you really cool, which makes me think about things like first girlfriends. Because you're obviously a hit with the ladies now. Was it always the same? Looking back at like high school and primary school, can you remember like who was the first one to snog Yellowbelly?
Oh, dear me. Now you're asking.
I know you've got quite a big back catalogue, so this might be a difficult...
Well, yeah. We're talking double figures now.
Yeah. Have they all got catalogue numbers like the Argos catalogue?
Well, yeah. Then they've all got little review scores next to them.
Any hidden gems?
Oh, yes. The first snog I had was in primary school.
Okay. So what was her name?
Her name was Maya, which is a Welsh name.
Right.
Because I'm in Wales, and I grew up in Wales, as you know. And she was called, and it was one of those that I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I must have been. I'd only just started primary school, and all the kids like surrounded us, and we were going, go, egging on, and this Maya just come up and started kissing me, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I like it.
Yeah, and you've been doing it ever since, haven't you?
Well, yeah, as often as possible, really. It's that's when the legend began.
Yeah. My first snog was in the queue for the log flume at Alton Towers.
And was it on a date, or were you? Was it sort of random stranger like mine?
It was with Jane. No, it wasn't. It was it was a girl called Lisa Pimler who was quite well known amongst the young gentlemen of our school. It's quite similar actually. She just came over to me and kissed me.
Mm.
It's looking back, I was with her for about 2 months, and I can remember pretty much our first songs, everything we used to sing, all the music we used to listen to. This is a good question. What is your earliest memory of music, like coming on the radio or whatever? What music is your first memory?
I grew up in a house where my dad was into Frank Sinatra and that kind of stuff. My mum was into Elvis, and when I started, I think it was mid to late 70s, because I was born in 70, and I just remembered seeing this epic song on Top of the Pops, and they were playing it on the radio all the time, and I used to actually sit at the kitchen table when it came on and pretended to play the piano on the kitchen table, and of course it was Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh my God!
It was Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, and we'd argue who'd do with my brother. We'd argue who'd played the piano and who did the gong at the end.
So when Wayne's World came along, you must have been like,
oh yeah, I was there, hair down, giving it all that, yeah, definitely.
Well, and in the video as well, they've all got like long hair, haven't they? In the video.
Well, yeah. As you can see, I've not really. I decided after the 80s, I didn't like the rest of it, so I'm staying there.
So if I found a picture of you, let's say if I found a picture of you at like 16, 17, something like that on your Rally Grifter, right?
Yeah.
Would you have long hair then or not?
16, 17? Yeah. Yeah, I've actually got a picture of me when I was 18, and it's more like a mullet. I'll send you that privately though. That one.
Very good, yeah. Well, I know you've sent me a few private pictures recently, so I'll just add it to the pile, eh?
Well, yeah, one for the wank bank, you know.
Absolutely. So that covers music. So what about this? This is again might sound a bit random, but you can tell a lot by someone on this. What is the first film? I'll do it two ways, right? What's the first film that you remember loving, like that you still love to this day? What was the first film at the cinema that you ever saw? Because they're going to be two different ones. So start with the cinema. What's the first time you went to the cinema?
The cinema was the big one. It had to be. It was the one film that everybody saw, and it was the first Star Wars.
You saw it at the cinema?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I saw it when it came out. I remember queuing up round the block to get in with my dad and my mum and my older brother Mark. Don't think Michael was born. My younger brother, no, he wasn't born then. But no, we'd queued up round the corner, just waiting to get in, and it just blew. I mean, what year was that? 77?
77.
Yeah, 77. So I was 7 years old. So it blew my 7-year-old mind just out of the water.
Because I've heard that it was so much better than anything else, like with the effects and everything. It wasn't like now where things just get a bit better. It was like night and day, wasn't it? Because especially at the time, you'd have only seen stuff on, you'd have been watching like stuff on TV. So it would have been, reruns of Star Trek and stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah. The original series Star Trek on TV and various other old sci-fis. But unfortunately, we only had the one telly back in the day, black and white. And my dad hugged that. We weren't allowed to touch it. So, and he'd always be watching bloody golf.
Oh, he liked his golf.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, I remember someone bought me. I suppose it must have been my mum. I'm not sure, but someone got me one of them. Them little LCD games.
Yeah.
For one Christmas, I got one of them, and it was golf, and the ball could only go in like 4 different places on the screen.
Yeah.
And you just press the thing, and it just went duh duh, and that was it. And I think real golf is as shit as that.
Yeah. It's one of those. It's okay to play as long as you don't take it serious. But my dad saw himself as a professional, and he used to have some lovely holidays over in Spain playing golf. We never went abroad.
Right.
Yeah. He always said his handicap was a wife and 3 kids.
I remember as a kid thinking, what is that handicap? I never understood it as a kid, and I don't think I properly understand it now.
I don't know. I don't get it at all.
I'm going to jump into the chat because we're leaving them behind, and then we're going to come back. I'm going to ask you. I'm going to hit you with things like favorite sweets, favorite toys, right? But we'll
start with the sweets, yeah.
Yeah, let's just go to the chat then. So, Avocet Panya's after that picture that you talked about, when you were 17.
All right, yeah, I'll make it available on my Discord.
He also thinks that considering you're a legendary ladies' man, that your first girlfriend was probably at nursery.
Possibly. The only one I can remember. I can remember that one clearly. And then
Big Juffer thinks my first snog was with the ticket lady at Alton Towers. Some of them will let me have a look just to clear about it. You don't have to. Texie likes Queen and Freddie Mercury. Good. 8-Bit Rach does like golf, but she likes that one you do on holiday. Crazy golf. Where
that's okay. Yeah, pitch and putt, that kind of thing. Yeah, that's okay. It's I used to. What I did do when I was a lot older. I think I was in my 30s.
Yeah.
Again, I always had a phobia of horses, so to get over it, I learnt to ride. And where we used to ride down this bridle path, it was next to a golf course. And I would deliberately take the horse onto the golf course greens and leave its hoof marks all over
it. Johnny Boy says, this is a good segue, this. So Johnny Boy says his favourite sweet was the Texan bar, and they should bring that back.
Definitely.
What is that?
Definitely. Right. I didn't pull the advert out for you. I'll send you the advert for Texan Bar. It was a 70s chocolate bar, and it does appear in that me compilation video I'm going to put on in a bit. But it was amazing. The adverts, the whole thing was you wouldn't finish me. This cowboy's about to die. This Texan.
Yeah.
Until I finish my Texan bar. So,
okay. Yeah.
And that was in each video. So I'm gutted I didn't pull that one up now.
80s retro gamer, popping candy and Jolly Ranchers. I don't know Jolly Ranchers, but I love popping candy.
Well, that brings us into... I don't know if people can see that behind the text, but back in the 70s, and I think it was 76, 77, I'm not sure, we had, it was called Space Dust. Now that
I think they used to have that in the Manchester clubs in the 90s, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, funny you should say that, because...
it was Space Dust that made Lucas Rainford the man that he isn't.
Yeah. Well, what I would like to do is play a little advert for that, if you don't mind.
Do it. Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
All right, just let me get it queued up.
Craig Harrison, Space Dust rocked.
Yeah. Wow, the thing about Space Dust, it was banned. There was a huge thing about it. What would you call it? An urban legend.
Yeah. Like the one about Mark Almond being admitted into A&E.
Yeah, that a kid would drink Coke with it and he choked.
Okay.
So here's the advert anyway.
Tasting Space Dust sizzling candy.
Space Dust?
Wait till you experience the sizzle of galactic grape, orbiting orange, and cosmic cherry flavors.
Wow, the cherry tastes delicious! I'm sizzling grape.
Space Dust sizzling candy. In your mouth, it's out of this world.
Far out.
Space Dust, available in outer space or your local store.
Stop it! Sorry, that's the only problem.
I am those things that are flying in the air. Like what's that? What is that?
What's the? Sorry, I'm having a.
Kev Hal tripping their tits off. Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing was it was actually banned. They were banned, and they were also banned in school. It was the school teachers that got them banned. And it ended up in the newspapers, and they were banned, and we were gutted about it. And I've been searching for the newspaper articles on it, but I can't find them anywhere at all. But no, so yes, Space Dust, which became popping candy, and then it was allowed when it became.
So I wonder if it was just like a really like intense popping candy, and actually no, the popping candy we are getting is like the sort of semi-skimmed version. Of what it could be. So in my lifetime, I've never had the real thing. Mm. That's a tragedy. That's a modern tragedy. I
remember the first time I had it, and they said, right, what you got to do is pop it in your mouth and just hold it and let your saliva do its work as such. And I coughed me guts up. It was like your first cigarette, and it was all spraying everywhere.
DVD and Film Bloke says, damn the teachers. Yeah, popping candy is brilliant. Also, the next clip that you play, can you turn the volume up a little bit?
No problem.
Well. 80s Retro Gamer says it blew your head off. It blew your head off. And DVD and Film Bloke, I was born 30 years too late. I've always thought I was born a little bit too late. I feel like I missed out. I'd have liked to have been around for like the early 80s, like New Romantics and all that.
Yeah.
Did you ever put any eyeliner on and head up the clubs?
No, I was when I was we're talking 80s now, music wise. I was already a heavy metal guy, really. So after the Queen and a lot of David Bowie and stuff like that in the 70s, I naturally progressed to heavy metal. So there was that was more my thing. Although I did have a thing for Adamant.
Oh, no,
Stand
we're
and
talking.
deliver.
Yeah. Did you ever draw the thing on your face that with
Oh yeah,
Tipex?
the Tipex. Yeah, did the old Tipex. Yeah, did that in school. Yeah, yeah. Just a quick. I was going to play a video on with the blackjacks and the fruit salad,
Ooh.
but Mikey advised me against it because it does come across maybe a little bit racist.
Yeah, we discussed it with the Race Relations Board, didn't we?
We did, and they said best not. But yeah,
Best not, yeah.
blackjacks. Oh my God, they are the ultimate sweet. They were for me, and they still are. You can still get them.
Yeah, they come in them little packs, don't they? Like you can't. I think is it one of them things where you can't just buy blackjacks, but you can sort of buy a big bag of different sweets and.
Yeah. You can still buy space dust off eBay.
I bet you can. I bet you can buy it on Gumtree as well. You can buy anything on Gumtree.
Yeah. So
actually, if there's anything in the world you can't buy on eBay and you can't buy on Gumtree, you can definitely buy it on Spock. Have you been on Spock?
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. It always ends up being a Chinese version of it, though.
Yeah, well, you could definitely buy some space dust on there. I'm just gonna segue us quickly because you mentioned something that that actually Andrea Wyatt asked me to ask you.
Oh.
So you talked about having your first cigarette, and we will come back to sweets and then we'll move on to toys. But when was your first cigarette? What do you remember of it?
I was 14. And my dad's brother smoked Marlboro. And he literally, I was in the car with him, and he just handed me this Marlboro because he smoked. Everybody smoked in, we're talking 70s, 80s. Everybody smoked. So what? Well, I was 14, so that's 1984. And I puked my guts up after, and then went back for another. And unfortunately, I did stop. I'll be honest, and I'm going to have another crack at it. But
when did you stop?
I stopped for 2 years, actually. It was about a good few years ago, about 5 years ago now. I stopped for 2 years, and I just used the vapes. When the vapes first came out, so it was that 3-4 years ago or something. And but definitely, I was. Unfortunately, I've got an addictive personality, so hence I'm addicted to the ladies, and I'm addicted to cigarettes as well.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of the ladies, and this obviously is called Retro-Recollections. So, can we just retrospectively recollect your wives?
Well, the first one, yeah, no problem.
Well,
first,
I mean, not in too much detail, but people might not know that you have had a few.
Oh yes.
You've had a few blackjacks in your time as well. You've had,
I've had a few blackjacks. Mars bars, and had a few wives as well. Yeah. My first wife, I was 18, 19, very naive, and I married her, Sharon. She still speaks to me now, funny enough, and moved over to Australia with her, and I lived there for 5 years, and did a lot of stuff in Australia, as you know. And she decided she was while I was on a holiday coming back to because I'd not seen my family for 5 years. I came back to England just for a couple of weeks to see everybody, and she decided that was the perfect time to run off with somebody. And she sold the house, she forged my signature, sold me cars, everything, and buggered off to Bali.
Oh my God.
So,
I mean, I know we're in Australia here with this story, but it sounds like a plot from Home and Away or something. That's crazy. Yeah. Mate.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I brought it up now. We should have kept talking about wham bars. One of my best mates, his front teeth came out once in a wham bar.
Yeah.
Because they'd had caps on them because he chipped them in a swimming pool once. And I was with him at Bolton bus station, and he had a wham bar, and he pulled it out, and both his teeth were stuck in the wham bar.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd lighten the mood after
that's all right, mate. I'm all right. I can talk. Like I said, it's funny, really, because she contacted me, about 2 years ago, out of the blue. Right. She just contacted on Facebook and just started chatting to me as if nothing had happened. And I'm like, what the hell?
As though she hadn't sold the house and
And ripped me off and all that, yeah.
gone off with Paul Robinson,
Yeah. Well, more like Sue Robinson.
Oh, okay, right.
Great for the old male ego, that one, isn't it?
Oh my God! Actually, I think I'd rather that because at least I in my own mind, I'd think, well, I couldn't give her what.
Yeah. But no, yeah, she just got in contact with me, and she's constantly now on Facebook chatting to Vicky, my current wife.
Oh, are they friends? Are they? You want to be careful about that.
Yeah, I'm not worried. I'm not worried, mate.
Nova bugs in. He says, "This is why I ain't married."
Yeah.
Lol.
Yeah. So that was number one, anyway.
Oh yeah, go on. Yeah, okay. Let's go to number two. I need to move you on to toys soon.
Yeah. All right, quickly. Number two. Yeah, number two. 18 years, and then she had an affair. So that was that.
See, now I've got to come up with another recollection of my own to recover the mood.
Oh, don't worry about that. The good thing is, the courts awarded me custody of Sam, our child.
Right. Okay. So that had a happy ending.
Oh, it had a very happy ending, and it brought me back to Anglesey, so where I grew up.
There we go.
So
lovely.
Yeah.
So let's go on to number three. Hopefully, this will be.
Well, this is Victoria now, who I am currently married to, and everything's going great. We've been together about 7 years now, and we had a medieval wedding. So I don't know if you...
Is that where some of the pictures come from? You know, there's loads of pictures of you with big swords.
Yes.
Well, you know. Is that from the wedding?
Yeah. For the way we had a full-on medieval wedding. We did it ourselves, and it was absolutely brilliant.
Medieval is definitely your thing. We know that from the pictures and also from the book that you were telling us about that you're working on with Andrea. Why is that? Like when you were a kid, were you like playing with like medieval castles and so? Like, where does it come from?
Lord of the Rings books and The Hobbit. I loved, Lord of the Rings. I loved the books, and I also used to get back in the 80s those choose your own adventure games. Where, if you want to do this, go to, the Steve Jackson, Ian Livingstone ones.
I've got one somewhere. They're amazing fun, aren't they?
Yeah, and all that. So I've always been into medieval and fantasy and stuff like that. And that got me into all sorts of, as you know, Warhammer and stuff like that as well.
Yeah. Well, let's expand that out a bit then and move on to toys, because I know like people in the chat will want to tell us about their like favorite toys.
Yeah.
From
Well, before we go into toys, can I just play another video to maybe jog people's memories of some of their sweets that they may have?
Go for it. Go for it.
So I'll just go to the big screen. And the idea is, guys, you may see some sweets in here that you may remember. So hopefully this will work, and I have turned the volume up.
And I'll come to the chat just after this, guys. Make sure the volume's up a bit on this, dude.
I did do, yeah. Oh, double agents, I used to get them. £3p for the curly whirly.
Oh, those are the days. Let me know when it finishes, because I'm a bit delayed here.
Yeah. I'm just pausing it.
Yeah,
So
what you
wait
paused
for
it
it.
on?
Yeah, you can see the Texan bar.
Oh, is it there?
Yeah.
Tell you what, while it's there, I'll just say Texie88 Whispers,
Yeah.
FC Den Haag, Monster Munch. I'm with him on that. Pickle Dunniam, Monster Munch every time. Free flashes. Rachel spotted. That was a funny one. And 3p DVD film bloke reckons is about 30 quid today, taking into account inflation. Taxi bar, mint pyramids. Oh yeah. Murray Walkers. They were like mints, weren't they?
Yeah, Murray Mints.
Yeah. The Polo packs, how they've changed. The one that jumped out at me was the like TV time ones. Like there was the Doctor Who one.
Yeah.
Which tell you what, play the end of your video, and I want to ask you about something else.
Yeah. There we go.
Brilliant. Nova Bug, Highland Toffee Mint, yeah. 8-bit Rich, a black hole you can eat. And also, Anna and Texie are talking about, do you remember the foot lollies, the lolly that was in the shape of a foot for some reason? It was like an ice cream.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely remember them.
Like what? Can you imagine like the concept? You know, someone walking in, got a really good idea. You know what? Feet really smell, and everybody hates them. Let's make an ice cream. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, they were lovely though.
They were really nice. Apparently, Texas says they brought them back for a little bit, but people didn't go for it. That's a shame, isn't it? It's a bit like when they brought back Gladiators. It didn't work. Funny Feet. That's
it, yeah.
right, Nova Book.
Yeah.
This reminds me of. Do you remember how? When you used to get like the cereal in your house, there used to be something at the bottom of the cereal, like a toy or something.
Oh, yes. They were the days. You used to get a toy. We used to get back in the 70s, 80s, used to get these like badge things. And you do is you put them in the oven. And you put them in the oven and they'd like glaze over and become like rock hard. It was bizarre, the concept of it.
Because if you think about it, because what we used to do is as soon as my mum like got the like Rice Krispies or whatever, like you put your hand in, wouldn't you? Try and get it from the bottom.
Right.
You didn't wait.
Oh God, yeah, you wouldn't wait. So because it was usually at the bottom. Your hand was straight in there, wasn't it?
And then especially if you're a teenage boy, we know where that hand's been, don't we?
Well, exactly.
Retro and Lim, hi Steve. He says, "Who remembers E.T. Cola biscuits?" Does that ring a bell with you?
No, that doesn't. No, I'm afraid. Sorry, buddy.
Nova Book says, "Mr. Freeze Blue Raspberry." 100% on that.
Yeah, definitely.
You could even get the 5p ones that were like little tiny ones for girls. And then you could get the bigger ones that were like 15p and they were like massive.
Yeah.
Tom and Jerry, Big Joffa says, Tom and Jerry Shrinky Dinkies.
That was it. Yeah. Colour them in and then bake them and make a badge. That's right. Yeah.
Is that the one you were talking about?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's what you used to get. You used to get them, and you'd get them in cereal packets, various ones. And also, I don't know if you saw those Spice Sweets. We used to collect the wrappers. We'd collect the wrappers of them and sent it off, and you got a spy kit for so many wrappers, and it was brilliant. Absolutely
brilliant. That was definitely the thing, wasn't it? Collecting wrappers. I have a really funny memory of collecting French fry crisp wrappers, so as I could get like no 58 or whatever it was at the time. Like they'd send you like a CD if you got all the wrappers, but you had to get like a 50 of the bloody things, you know.
Yeah.
You may as well just get out Woolworths and get the job done. Speaking of Woolworths, let's do toys. So,
definitely. definitely.
70s and 80s, what sticks out as you as the big, like, Christmases? What were the big toys that just, like, blew your mind when they, you know?
It has to be the toys I got, really. I was very, very, and it'll come up later in the video section. Now, don't
Yeah.
forget, we're talking 1970s, and what I was really into was the $6 Million Man, the Bionic Man,
Oh, yeah.
Lee Majors.
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you could get, he was like one of the first, well, he wasn't Action Man, but you could get him as a.
Yes, yes. And funny you should say that because I have the adverts.
Nice link. Love
So
it. Yeah.
there we go. So I shall throw the old adverts on for you, and people can have a look. See now, do bear in mind these are 70s. So
$6 Million Man, ready to operate and command. Colonel Steve Austin is the $6 Million Man, complete with the technology to replace his bionic modules. Check him out with the bionic transport and repair station. Control his amazing lifting strength. See through his wide-angle bionic eye. The man, his bionic transport that becomes a repair station, and a working backpack radio.
there we go. So that was a huge, huge toy for me because his skin was actually rubber and you could roll it back.
Oh my God.
And then you could access all the pretend electronics in it. And like, as it said, you could look through the back of his skull and you could see through it.
It looks like a sort of mashup of Action Man and that Operation game, you know, where you take his bits out of him.
Yeah. Oh, it was crazy. It was crazy, but that was one of my favourites. Not my ultimate favourite. My ultimate favourite is on here.
Okay, what's your ultimate favourite?
Let's see if I can find it. I did have, yeah, here it is. I shall play the advert. Now, this
Let's do it.
was my favourite. And don't forget, we're talking 1976, I think, this one.
This is Evel Knievel and the Evel Knievel shock-absorbing stunt cycle. You can make them do wheelies, back stands, even mid-air somersaults. And for that big jump, here's Evel, up and over that 4-foot ditch. Evel Knievel, sold separately or with the Evel Knievel stunt cycle from Ideal.
There we go. That was an amazing toy. And
that is days of fun, innit? That is.
Oh, mate, I tell you, the amount of things we used to do with that. We used to make ramps for them, you name it, to do all the stunts. You could do different settings on it, so depending on where the centre of gravity was with him. And oh my God, it was amazing. And I love that toy to bits. And I actually broke it, and I got another one.
Right, see, that's quite rare as a kid, isn't it? Like, because you move on, don't you? You don't go, can you go and get me another one of these? So you must have loved that. Have you got one now?
No, they're stupid money now. Stupid money, yeah, on eBay. For the originals, yeah, absolutely. Like most things, retro, silly money.
I just want to, CPC the other day went for like 600 quid or something. Like, it was crazy. I'm just looking back in the chat. So Retro and Limp, Domino Rally, yes. Yeah. Is that Buck Rogers? No, but you can see why you would think it was Buck Rogers.
Yeah.
Bionic Woman as well.
Lindsay Wagner.
For Christmas.
Lindsay Wagner. She gave me the Bionic Woman. I have to say, she gave me my first stiffy.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah. That's slightly cleaner than what I thought you were going to say, but only slightly.
Yeah.
He-Man and Skeletor with the chest that dented. Yeah, I've seen that. So you can press a button and they look like they've been punched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And didn't they do that arm thing where you'd like move them to the side and they'd punch?
Yeah, so
Or
there's
was
like
it
a
their
little
arm
elastic
like
band.
that? Yeah, it was like an elastic. One had an arm and things like that. Yeah.
There's actually a really good YouTuber, and his name escapes me right now. Someone might say in the chat, who takes these old like action figures, of like Thundercats and stuff like that, and revives them because like plastic starts to deteriorate and all that. Somebody in the chat was saying, your Bionic Man with his rubber skin, that's probably all perished now. So he probably just looks like a skeleton now.
Yeah. It's a shame, really, because it was really good, really good.
And FC Den Haag says, I still enjoy walking into a toy shop, still magic. I mean, do you remember that feeling? Because I do. Of walking into a toy shop and just being like the smell of plastic. It was just amazing, wasn't it?
Oh, mate, it was fantastic, wasn't it? I mean, even in the 70s, I mean, it was like Woolworths and things like that, and you go to the toy section, and especially, back in the 70s, it's like you'd have walls of stuff, and you'd just be like, oh my God, where do I begin?
Oh my God. Yeah. Now, I mentioned this before. I mentioned a rally grifter before.
Yeah.
Did you have one or what?
Oh, yes, I certainly did. It was, that was a bike that I kept until I think I got it in the 70s, late 70s, and I kept it until I think just before I moved to Australia. So
what happened to it then? Do you know?
My dad just binned it. My dad binned it, which I was gutted about, absolutely gutted.
Mate.
And if you don't know what a rally grifter is, folks, I shall show you.
Yeah, I think in my mind I've got it. They've got like weird handlebars.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm the new rally grifter. I've got a new twist grip for my 3-speed gear, brand new saddle design.
That's the exact one I have.
Chunky tires.
Sorry, I'm just
I'm
laughing.
the
Over
Rally
it's Jane Lane.
And
Carter
my name's the Rally Boxer.
She's playing with the rug behind me.
See these great new British bikes from Rally.
Is that the exact same one?
Exact one. The exact one. Which is brilliant.
And that's how the hell did they get that to go on its own? You know the bits where there's no kid on it. It must have been on wires or something.
Yeah, they would have wired it up and hidden wires and things like that.
It reminds me of, I don't know if you've seen the original Muppet film, but there's a lot of stuff with like Kermit riding a bike in Central Park in New York.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely brilliant. It must have all been done on wires. It reminds me of that.
I did actually have a rally burner as well. I'll pop one up on screen. It was a super.
So what's the difference?
It's up on screen now. It was the BMX craze, when the BMX craze started in the beginning of the 80s, but I still kept my grifter as well. And I had a super burner, gold one. There is a picture up there.
Oh, I can see it now. Yeah, sorry, I'm on a delay.
Yeah,
that's nice in gold. Yeah, oh my God.
Yeah, and what a bike that was. That was amazing. I loved that bike, but not as much as my grifter, even though the grifter was heavier. It was amazing.
If someone turned up because we used to mess around on Penny Flash in Lee, someone turned up at Penny Flash on one of them, I'd think they were a god.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Just quickly back into the chat. Technic Lego. I presume that's like Lego for science people. Is it like?
Yeah, for smart asses.
For smart asses. Well, I'm glad you said that, not me. Kill it with. Hang on, my mate. So rally grifters are ball crushers, says 80s retro gamer.
Oh, they're not as bad as the choppers. I don't know if you heard about the stories of the rally chopper. And in between the legs, they had the gear shift, and it had a wooden handle, C-bar, and that had always come off, and you just had a steel spike. And the amount of injuries, in the newspapers from kids doing themselves a nasty on that. Well,
imagine you sitting there with, 3 or 4 wives ahead of you. You need to be looking after that stuff down there, don't you?
Well, yeah, this is it. So,
John Gage says he's got a chopper, but I think he's just bragging.
Well, yeah, more than likely.
And Texie says you can still buy Technic Lego if you go to Milton Keynes. It's not really worth it, is it? I don't want to go to Milton Keynes. Do you?
I wouldn't want to know.
No.
No, I'd give it a miss.
Very heavy and a bugger to ride, and an electric thing built into the handlebars. What I want to do is, I don't know if there's an easy way of sort of segueing into this, but I want to talk to you about TV shows because that's my thing. But shall we talk about like games?
Yeah.
First.
Yeah.
So we know you like your Amstrad, but what, in the same way as you've got a wonderful wife now, but you remember your old wives, you've got your Amstrad now, but what do you remember of sort of gaming before that? You must have had other systems and things.
Yeah, definitely. My first gaming memory as such, I can pull up a video as we're discussing it.
Do it, yeah.
I'll just have it on the small screen. Oh, God, stupid adverts. So this is why I've not... Just get past these adverts and then I can...
Don't worry, I'll read this out. FC Den Haag says, my most beloved toy was the Devastator from Transformers. Those green constructions that could have transformed into a big robot. Basically, in general, those Transformer ones where it was like a car into a... just amazing.
Oh, yeah.
They were really big over here, weren't they?
Yeah, they were amazing. I mean, my first it should be on screen now. My first experience was a Atari 2600.
Oh, the wooden one.
Yeah, a Woody Heavy Sixer, and my mate had it, and this game blew me away. Absolutely, Pitfall. What an amazing!
Is it the first platformer?
Not sure. Maybe somebody in the chat will know that. It's certainly the first one that I'd ever seen. Bearing in mind, I did see things like the arcades as well. Obviously, 78, 79, the came out, Space Invaders and that on the arcade. Yeah. But no, this was like I want this. And
I think, like, looking at it now, the thing that probably stood out to people when they first saw it is the fact that it's not all on one screen. That you're going off through different things. That's probably what stood out to people.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was an amazing piece of equipment. And don't forget, we hadn't really seen it in the home as such. The only thing we'd seen was those ping pong ones. Pong.
Oh yeah, the Pong ones. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'd never really seen stuff like this before, and all the colour as well. So it just blew me away. And I used to go at my mates all the time just to play this. He was a bit of a prick, but I put up with him just so I could play this.
He was a bit of a prick. What was his name?
Andrew. Oh, I forget his last name. Yeah, but he was called Andrew, but he was a Scouser actually. His dad owned the. Yeah, his dad owned the local shop in Amlock, which is where I was growing up at the time.
We've got Pete Walker popping in again. I think there's a playable version of Pitball on the Mega Drive version. So that's the thing, isn't it? Where they put like older versions of things as like an Easter egg inside. Oh,
yeah. So no, this was my machine I wanted. I begged, I pleaded, and I didn't get one.
Oh, you didn't get one?
I did not get one. I was devastated. They went to go and get it, and they took my older brother with him, and they came back with a Sinclair ZX81 instead. Yeah. I wasn't best impressed. But
I mean,
as you do,
it's a nice system, but it can't do Pitfall. It can't do anything like that at the time, can it?
No, there was no sound. It was black and white, and I was really gutted, absolutely gutted. But I made the most of it. We got the 16K RAM pack, and we used to get the cassettes and things like that from the local W.H. Smiths up in
Bangor. What was the standout game then on the...
It's actually on screen now. It was my first experience of a 3D game, and it was called 3D Defender.
Okay.
Now, I got 3D... It was the same people that made 3D Monster Maze, the famous one.
Oh, yeah, I know the one where it's like a dinosaur and he eats you.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, with the T-Rex. Well, this one was called 3D Defender, and it should be showing on the screen in a bit. It's
Yeah, I
literally a
can see it
3D.
now, I can see
Yeah,
it.
it's a 3D shoot 'em up out of a
Now,
ZX81.
that to me, is that in some way based on, like the the Star Wars arcade cabinet? It's got that.
It's got that vibe, yeah. It's got that vibe, definitely.
That's pretty impressive, That's more than I expect out of the little ZX81. It looks like a TV remote, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, this is it, and oh god, we had the issue with the RAM packs wobbling all the time, and you'd be pressing too hard on the horrible key. Well, it didn't have keys; it had just a membrane pad, didn't it?
Yeah.
And it'd wobble the RAM pack and crash everything. But it was a fantastic game, great little shoot 'em up, and it was like 3D, so it blew me away. So that started me on the old computers, really.
So what happened next after ZX81? I mean, you've got the home computers, but I was talking before, you've got little LCD games. I had the golf one.
Oh, yes.
Did you have any of them? Because they were the sort of Nintendo Switch of the day, weren't they?
They were. What I shall do is, just let me stop that video, and I shall...
Which one have you...
Knock it off there.
I'll just say... Just do the chat quickly. So Anna thinks the guy that was a bit of a prick, maybe was Andrew Dix. John Gage was into his planes, like war planes. I remember buying quite a few, the ones you have to glue together?
Yeah.
Airfix kits, but I don't think I ever quite got round to painting them, but I did glue them together. And he used to hang them on the ceiling. That's right. You'd hang them on the ceiling, wouldn't you, with a bit of thread.
Everybody had a Spitfire. Everybody had a Spitfire.
Yeah, I think that's what I had, actually. I think it was yellow off the top of my head. It might have been like yellow. So, yeah, have you got an LCD game?
Well, if you actually had... My first... It was pre-LCD, and it was called VFD. Now, VFD... I forgot what it stands for now. Fluorescence... vacuum fluorescent display. Yeah, vacuum fluorescent display.
Yep.
And if you just have a look on my screen at the top left, there is one I had. But my first one was actually called, and it's on screen now, Invaders from Space.
Okay.
And it was I played this to death. And I loved it, absolutely loved it. And again, brilliant. And then obviously there was Astro Wars after it. And I've actually got these on my MAME, so I can actually show people what they were.
Oh yeah, let's have a look. Yes, I do remember FC Den Haag. You could buy little foam planes where you put like a little propeller on the front and you throw it. I remember them. Yeah.
So just... You have a chat while I set this up.
All right then, dude. So, they were £1. Yeah, the sort of thing you bought on holiday, weren't they, FC Den Haag? When you went on holiday, you'd buy something like that. Nova Bug, Black Belt handheld game, Black Belt, which was a handheld game by Action GT. So I'm guessing that was like a karate type affair. One model kit, this is Tech C, I took seriously, was when I had a model of the DeLorean. Nice. And you even painted it. That was my thing. I used to buy them, glue them roughly together. I'd never bother with the parts on the inside because I was like, what's the point of that? And then I'd never quite get round to painting them. Like I didn't get round to painting Hero Quest either.
Oh, I painted Hero Quest.
Oh, I'm sorry. We did play it though. We did like it. I do remember liking it. I can't remember anything about it now, but I remember we really liked it.
Well, when I'm interviewing you one week,
oh yeah,
we will bring up Hero Quest, definitely.
Right,
definitely.
Right, well, I've got some stories to tell. That's how I fell out with James Dickinson. That is over Hero Quest.
Was there?
Yeah. Have you got it fired up? Because I'm a bit behind.
Yeah. So here we go. It was quite a simple one, the first one. You had various levels, and away we go. Now, this, to a young me in the 80s, was the first thing of portable gaming. And,
do you know what, though? Fair play. It looks, pretty good.
Oh, yeah. There were some amazing ones. I mean, the most famous is Firefox. Firefox 7. Oops. And they were, Firefox 7 was like a rip-off of Star Wars.
Okay.
So...
I do remember the ones I had as a kid. I did like it how you could sort of tilt them against the light and you could see all the places where the sprite could go. You could sort of see everything.
Yeah.
And it is quite clever how they work, isn't it?
Yeah, they were. And then, of course, we had the... There we go. After this, we had the famous one, Astro Wars, which I think a lot of people had. I'll pull that one up quickly.
I've seen that on eBay a fair bit.
Yeah.
And they've always got corroded battery compartments, but haven't we all?
Well, yeah.
Tex C88 wants to have a chance to play Hero Quest. I think he's played the game version. You know, you can get it on like the Atari ST.
Yeah. Now, this was another level, this one. This was definitely another level of VFD. It's super fast, it was. Astro Wars. Absolutely belting game. Loved this. Played this to death again. And this was portable gaming for us back in the 80s. It really was. Obviously, we went on to LCDs and things like that. But, yeah.
What was the difference between vacuum thingy and... Do you want to say hello? It's on Yellowbelly stream.
Hey, Yellowbelly!
Hello, darling. Are you all right? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll just knock that off and I'll put you on camera, love, so that everybody can see you.
What was that about knocking something off?
Yeah, I've switched the game off so everybody can see Janey on camera.
All right.
Yeah. So everybody say hello to our Janey. Hiya, honey. You all right?
He says, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right.
Have you had your bath?
Have you had your bath, he says?
Yeah, I've had my bath.
All right. Were you thinking of me when you were having your bath?
He wants to know. No, I'm not passing that on.
Aww.
No, forget it. Oh, don't worry. I have some magic dust, a gin.
Yeah.
Thanks, Doug.
Some space dust.
Yeah. Games. How did you get to? So you've got the LCD games. You've got the. How did you get to an Amstrad CPC?
Well, again, I had one of those mates that was rich. And he had every bleeding, they had every, every year he'd have a new machine, or every other, birthdays that he'd have all the LCDs, he'd have all the computers and things like that. And my first experience with an 8-bit micro was a good old Spectrum. And again, classic machine, classic games, the 48K rubber keypad, that's the one. And what I would call the killer app for it.
Manic Miner.
No. Let's see if that tuned.
Jet Set Willy.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely Jet Set Willy. What I shall do is I shall put it on.
Technic says, oh no, another Spectrum fan. Thanks everyone for saying hello to Janey. Anna was also concerned, as was I, about you knocking one off.
Now, this is a cracked one I downloaded because it was a quick one, but what a game. This was, I would say, in the early 80s, one of the most famous games ever. Everybody had to have it. Yeah, everybody had to play it. Everybody wanted it. And the original, even though, I did love my Amstrad, the original was the best. I have to concede that. The original Spectrum version was the best. But what a game. Loved it. And even though we knew you couldn't complete it, because they had that bug.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Tell us, I've heard that. What's the bug?
It's got a bug where you can't, you're supposed to collect so many items and there's one you can't get. You just can't get it, so you can never complete the game. So, which is really sad. But
what is the item, do you know?
I can't tell you, I couldn't tell you. It was something to do with, there was a glitch in one of the rooms. So if you go there's Maria. She's the one that stops you going in until you've collected all the items up. And
I always thought that was his mum. Is that not his mum?
No, it's his housekeeper. His housekeeper, Maria.
Okay.
And yeah, if you didn't have all the items for them, she wouldn't let you go to bed. So you had to go and search for them. But I think you needed I can't remember the number now. Somebody in the chat will know how many you actually needed. But let's say you needed 100 items, you could only get 99.
Oh my God, that's like a friend of mine. He's been trying to get a PhD for about 10 years, and I've said, just give up, mate. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, just give it a thing. But no, an
8-Bit
amazing
Rage
game.
says, 8-Bit Rage says, Maria is my heroine. Let us know in the chat, what is the first computer game across any system you remember playing? Let us know that in the chat. That'd be really. She looks like Hattie Jake, says Technic.
Yeah, she did. Yeah. She was lovely, Hattie Jakes. I used to love her in the old Carry On films as well.
Oh yeah, well I don't know if I've said this before, but Carry On at Your Convenience is my favourite film. Not just my favourite Carry On film, my favourite film.
Yeah. So yeah, so it was.
You got Chip there. Hi, you got Chip.
Hi, buddy. How's it going?
So I'm going to drag you away from your Spectrum.
Yeah.
To the CPC.
Oh yes. Now I struggled picking just one game for this. I'll be dead honest. I really did. I thought, right, I've got to pick one game, and the one game that's I had most memories of. And I hate to say it, it's definitely in the 12 pack.
Right.
That I got with it. Now, we weren't that well off. So we used to, I had to, at that time, so I had to put up with just the 12 pack. So I used to come home from school and try and get on it, and this is the game I played the most out of the 12 pack. But my fucking brother would always be there playing because he wasn't working. He was older and he wasn't working, and he'd always playing bloody Fruit Machine. So
John Gage is really concerned that you're leading up to saying that Bridget is your favourite.
No, it has to be Galactic Plague.
Galactic Plague. I've played that. Yeah, that's cool.
I love this game. It was one of those you'd always come back to in the 12 pack. So
fire it up, dude, while I just tell you what other people's games are. So we've got first recollection was Harrier Attack for 80s retro gamer. Jet Set. Oh no, I'm flicking around here. Bomber Run or Omega Race on the VIC 20 says 8-Bit Rage. Omega Race, I always, when I think of it, I see the cartridge in my mind's eye because the cartridge is one of the most popular cartridges, isn't it, on VIC 20? Most abundant. Galactic Commando on the Spectrum, Sexy 88. I like Commando. I like it on the C64.
Oh yeah. I like the new one they did.
Oh, they did a new one?
Well, they did like a remake, so it was more like the arcade.
I'd like to see that.
Andrew I'll send it you.
In an Amstrad game in my neighbour's house, I called it City Bomber, but I'm not sure what it is. Do you know that's a funny thing, actually? There's always some game in your mind, isn't there, that you've got vague recollections of stuff about it, but it's never come up on YouTube and you don't know what it is. I've certainly got a few of those.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I searched when I got as you know, I got an Amstrad, a real Amstrad, about 2 years ago now. And I spent years, well, not years, but trying to remember one game I used to play with my brother Matt, and he loved it as well. And that was it was called Dark Star. What an amazing game! Yeah, and it was a 3D, sort of more like a. Not like quite like Star Wars, but it was similar where it was the planet stage. Where you're just going over the surface, not in the trench, but over the surface kind of thing. And you travel to different galaxies. It was really cool. And it had
I think also when you've played it with someone else as well, there's just those memories, isn't there? Galactic Plague got a lot of play by me because it was the fastest to load, says Ego Chip.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of those games, isn't it, that's got a lot to offer, but it's quite small. I do remember it's quite a small game, isn't it? It's not like...
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Steve P. loved Dark Star.
Oh yeah, Design, I think did it, and yeah, an amazing game that.
And
Amazing,
John
but
Gage's, sorry, dude.
no, go on.
John Gage's first game was Golf on the VIC-20. Golf.
Wow.
I don't know what that one is, but I was trying to remember a game. I got all the details wrong. Yeah, that's what it's like. You just sort of remember bits of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought a Spectrum from the car boot sale once when I was a kid. And I got it really cheap. I probably got it for £5 with about, 50 games with it and all the rest of it, And there was a game on it, dude, where you were landing a submarine. I think it was supposed to be a submarine. And you had to land it, but you had to land it in a certain area. And every game you were going through, like every level, you were just going through these like caves, and you had to land it in a certain area. Now I know that sounds like Lunar Lander or whatever it's called, and I think it was like a copy of that.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's not that, and I feel like if I ever do find it, it will be my life's work. The same way as if I ever meet Jet from Gladiators, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah. It's one of those things that you've got to find out, and it really does. I mean, it took me because I had the emulators before. Obviously, I had WinApe and stuff like that, and I just could not remember the name Dark Star for some reason.
No, it's just within touching distance, but you can't quite remember. I've got a question. Did you have, when like the 16 bits came out, SNES, Mega Drive, that sort of thing? Because SNES and Mega Drive was a bit like Blur and Oasis, in my understanding. They were like you had one or the other, didn't you?
Yeah.
Which one did you have or not have? Or
it was, well, my brother did have an Atari ST, and
nice.
He'd moved out by then, so I used to go around to his house, and we'd play on his Atari ST, and he bought, what was it called, STOS, STOS, which was like
the game maker thing.
Yeah, he had that, and because I could program and that, he was determined that I was going to make a game and make him rich. Well, I didn't. We just ended up playing Zen on Mega Blast and stuff like that on it. And but then it was, I'd sort of fallen out of gaming because you got to remember, I was getting on for 18, 19.
Yeah.
It was my mum actually gave away my Amstrad, which I was gutted about, to a neighbour's kid. Absolutely devoed. So I ended up getting a grey import Mega Drive.
Oh, grey?
Yeah, it's called a grey. Yeah, it wasn't grey in colour. It was a grey import. Basically, what they did was, before it was officially released in the UK, what they would do is the importers would get the Japanese ones and there's only a couple of solder bridges that you had to change and convert them to UK. And
right. So was that because you wanted to get it earlier than other people?
Yeah. I wanted it early because I was reading the magazines and still read C and VG and those things. And I remember going to the arcade playing an awesome game, and it fitted right in with my fantasy kind of stuff. And it just blew me away. And then I found out it was coming out on the Mega Drive, and that was Golden Axe.
What's that then?
Golden Axe.
Oh, I like Golden Axe.
I loved Golden Axe. Absolutely loved it.
And actually, that is right up your street, isn't it?
It was. I used to go to the arcades, and now my younger brother Michael was 7 years between us, so he was about 11, 12. And I'd take him with me, and we'd always play Golden Axe, always. So, but the problem was we had to wait for the release of it. Mm-hmm. So I got one of the first grey imports into the country when they first started being imported by the importers, and I had to travel all the way down to Stoke to get it. And I think this was 89. I think this was 88, 89. I could have had a drink, yeah. And I got in your hot tub with Jane, and
well, it's your mother-in-law's hot tub, really.
Well, I'll get in with your mother-in-law then. And
all right then. So tell us more about this game.
Well, yeah. So, but I got it, and I got a game with it from the grey importers. And
okay.
You've got to bear in mind, I'd only seen games on the ST 16-bit really, and things like International Karate, but there was one game that I got with it, and it absolutely blew me away. So for various reasons, really. Just let me load it up.
While you do that,
Yep.
Pete Walker says Golden Axe is a classic on the Mega Drive. Yeah, I like it on the Amiga as well, Pete. I've got an Amiga Pi, like an Ami Pi, and I love that on there. A Big Juffer, I had the same. Think we got the same game with it, Yellowbelly, meaning when he got his Mega Drive.
All right, yeah.
Technic had STOS, not the easiest program to use, to be honest. I think I've tried it at one point. And the Spectrum still has a thriving community. Yes, true. Yeah, there we go. We're up to date.
Superb. It was this game. It's called Thunder Force 3.
I do like that Sega thing when it comes up.
Oh, yeah. What an amazing game this was. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, Juffa knew this was coming. I think this is what he's saying. This is his first on his Mega Drive as well. Yeah.
So, but the one thing that blew me away was the music. It's absolutely rocking. And I used to, my brother was a bass player, and we had all the band equipment at our house, and I used to hook up my Mega Drive to the PA system and have this blasting as I played it. What a memory.
I'll tell you what I can ask you about while you play away on this.
Yep.
You mentioned, your brother was into his bass. Is that what put you onto music? Because you play quite a bit yourself, don't you?
Yeah. I did quite a lot of... I've done a lot of gigging, and I've done a lot of session work as well, especially in Australia. He was a bass player in a band, and I used to go to their band practices and their gigs. But what I found was I used to watch the guitarist, and he seemed to be having more fun than the bass player.
Yeah. He's a couple of steps forward on the stage, isn't he?
Yeah, and I wanted that, and the bass didn't interest me, so I got into guitars and taught myself, really, like you did. You used to buy cassettes, tuition cassettes and that, and you used to just teach yourself how to play.
Is it, I don't know if I'm getting this muddled up, is it Aviset Panya who also likes to play guitar?
I'm not sure. There was somebody.
There is somebody in the community.
Was it Sexy? Was it Sexy?
I'm not sure. Anybody know who is it that's quite into there? Anna Zero, bass is a guitar, you big silly. Well, it is. It
is, but yeah. It's
yeah. But you don't have to move your fingers as much, do you?
No. You don't play chords on it.
I think it is Aviset Panyu. I thought I remember that right. He says, "What guitar do you have, if you still have one?"
Gibson Les Paul. Black one. Still have one. Yeah. Still play. I actually used to teach for a while.
Texie88, nothing wrong with being a bassist. Oh no, but
the guy
who's doing the thing, he gets to sort of come out and do all that.
Well, come on, yeah. How many girls go after the bass player in a band? It's the guitarist and singer that gets all the attention.
Yeah, so it's more about Yellowbelly's priorities than it is about which one is the more artistic art form. Yeah, Kim, I wish Kim did more videos like that. Do you remember when Kim used to put up, Kim Justice used to put videos up of her
She did one the other day.
Oh, I missed that. Awesome.
Yeah, she did one the other day. There we go, Thunder Force 3.
8-Bit Rage says, drunk me bought sober me a bass. Okay, that was very kind of drunk you. Yeah, drunk Mike buys me a few things as well. On this game, mate, it is pretty amazing to look at. I bet this was proper arcadey when you...
Oh, God, yeah. I love this game. And like I said, the fact that it came free from the importer, you just threw it in for me. It was just amazing. And, oh, God, I played it to death. I did. Played it to death. And, again, it was one of those where you do the with me, especially with Mike, my younger brother, we'd do the high score thing, and we'd try and beat it. He did beat it, I'm sure he did. I never did, but he did. And I actually bought the Mega Drive for him because I knew I'd already met, I think it was 89, and I knew I'd met my first wife, and I knew I was moving to Australia. So I wanted to, something special for him before I left.
Yeah. What I don't know why, but what systems do you now sort of have, whether you play them or not? Like, what have you got right now?
8-bit wise, I've got obviously, I've got obviously my 464 that I put a DDI3 inside, and with the screen in where the cassette deck is, and donated the tape drive to Novabug to fix one of his. I've got 6128. That still doesn't work properly. It's only runs 64K games. It won't run 128. I bought new memory chips for it. I've just not got around to trying to fit it. I might send it to Gadget UK actually. I think get him to sort it out for me. And and it's got a GoTech in it. And then I've got all my minis. I love the minis. I really do. I've got my C64 mini. I've got my Mega Drive mini now. I've got 2 Mega Drive minis actually. I've got got one I built myself, and then I've got the official one that came out as well, which was donated by the awesome Pete Walker, and he also donated a full size C64. So I've got the full size. Same as yours. Yeah.
Right.
So I've got the mini and the full size one now. I've got PlayStation, the mini classic. I've got the PlayStation 2. I did have 2 of them. I sent one to you.
Yes. So just up there.
Yeah. What else have I got? Then I've got PlayStation 3 and another dono. And original Xbox, Xbox 360. I've got a Xbox, the slim white one, after the one that came out after the 360.
Yeah.
So, and that's it for now. I can't think of anything else. No.
Nice little collection.
I had to actually put a new shelf in just for the Pete Walker's donations. I mean, he's a superstar. He really is donating.
Call it Pete's shelf. Technic says, going back to guitars, the G string is the most important one to pluck.
Oh, indeed. Like I used to do a thing at a gig. I'd say, right, lads, give me a C, give me another C, and another C, and the band would play the note, and I'll say, that's enough. I'm getting seasick.
Hey. Now, it would be remiss of me, given the nature of my Twitch channel, to not ask you about TV.
Indeed.
So, what was your, as a kid, must not miss TV show?
Well, I have mentioned it before.
Was it the Bionic?
Yeah, just let me try and find it on my thing. Oh, actually, I'll play this one first.
Okay.
Now then.
Pete's honoured to have a shelf named after him.
Yeah. This lovely 70s wallpaper in the room, by the way. That is courtesy of the awesome, beautiful Andrea. She did that.
Andrea, I love all the visuals you've done for him for this series. It's amazing.
Wow. Yeah, she's done a fantastic job, hasn't she? She's really, really amazing in the background. And again, and working on the book as well, which is amazing. The TV shows, again, you've got to remember, I'm a 70s kid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a pleasure, Andrea. You're amazing. Even though you keep me up till 4 a.m. So, you'll have to join. Have you joined in any of those late night discords on Novabug's thing?
Is this the sort of after tape testing
after party? Yeah. Oh my.
No, never.
Days.
I don't know why, but Saturday's a funny one for me. What am I missing?
Oh mate, it's pure filth.
Oh, okay.
Pure filth, and it's right up my street, you know.
Yeah,
absolutely right up my street. Let's get the old thing up and running again. Let's close all these so I can put on.
Rach says Andrea is a machine. She does not sleep.
She doesn't. She really doesn't. I don't know. I have no idea how she does it.
I found out who was hardcore the last time I did my Thursday night 80s request show.
Yeah.
So we were still up at 4:30.
The year is 1987, and NASA launches the last of America's deep space probes. In a freak mishap, Ranger 3 and its pilot, Captain William Buck Rogers, are blown out of their trajectory into an orbit which freezes his life support systems and returns Buck Rogers to Earth.
This show I loved. It should be coming up on yours. I don't know if you've checked this out, but this show, Buck Rogers. Now, I think 79 this came out, and yes, Big Juffer, Erin Gray introduced me to the pleasures of a catsuit. She was amazing.
Is she like Buck Rogers' girlfriend?
Well, yeah, sort of. There she is. She's fantastic. Yeah, Erin Gray. Oh my God. Yeah, she was absolutely beautiful woman. And obviously, as with it being a 70s show, the cat suits were amazing. Absolutely amazing.
They were showing this on repeats when I was a kid. I've seen bits of this because I remember the robot. Because he goes like...
Yeah. Now, that was Mel... Was it Mel Blanc?
Oh, Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, I'm sure it was him that did the voice for Squeaky. Yeah, the robot was called Squeaky, and he had his head looked like a phallus. And...
oh, yeah, I get what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm sure it was Mel Blanc that did the voice for him.
He's certainly more impressive than Metal Mickey, if you've ever seen him. He just looks like a bin.
Yeah, definitely. Metal Mickey was... it was funny, though, Metal Mickey. And I don't know if you... I mean, we'll get on to Saturday morning TVs in a bit.
Well, call me a proper dickhead, says Anna. Call me Nostradamus, but I'm guessing you've got a few clips lined up of different...
Yes.
Right. Okay. So, can I choose, or have you got any Saturday morning ones?
Yes, definitely.
Let's do that then. John Gage liked Metal Mickey. Metal Mickey was one of the guys from the Monkees invented it. Am I right, John Gage? And it was more of a sitcom, really, I think. Man of a Thousand Voices, yes, DVD and film bloke. And Big Juffer does confirm it was Mel Blanc. And Big Juffer, if you've ever been in a quiz with him, as you know, knows everything.
Yeah, definitely. Now then, TV, Saturday mornings. Saturday mornings was huge for me, as it was for most people. Here's one show that I think everybody will remember from the 80s. I've actually got the DVD collection of this one still. And I don't know what it was, but it just did it for me.
Okay.
Terrahawks, stay on this channel. This is an emergency.
I'm a bit behind, but I will react when I see it on my laptop. Alf. Yeah, I've seen clips of that. That was really weird. Oh, I can see it. Terrahawks.
Yeah.
Is it a Jerry Anderson?
Yeah, it's a Jerry Anderson, and I loved this show. Especially, it had Windsor Davis in it. You can't go wrong with Windsor Davis.
Didn't Windsor Davis used to be in a sitcom where he ran a second-hand shop or an antique shop or something?
Something like that, yeah. He was a Zeroid. He was like the head of the Zeroids. But what an amazing show. I loved it. I don't know what it is. That one, and I've got all the... I actually made my son sit through the lot. He wasn't impressed, He wasn't impressed at all.
There's a good one. The Classic Saray says, do you remember Space 1999?
Oh, yes, definitely. And Maya with the funny eyebrows. She had the funny eyebrows.
I love it. I've got it on Blu-ray. I have.
Yeah.
Big Juffer says, Never the Twain. That's it.
That was the one.
There are those who believe.
And Andrew says, another great theme tune. I have heard, isn't there like a killer teddy bear in Terrorhawks?
Yes, definitely. There is. Sorry, I'm just trying to queue up because they're not in order.
Anna says UFO was epic. Yeah, I've seen a couple of episodes of that. I keep meaning to watch more UFO.
Yeah. So definitely. You got to remember, in the 80s, you're in two camps. There was two camps. You were either the swap shop camp with Noel Edmonds, or you were in the chaos camp, which Tiz was.
Tarrant.
Yeah.
I think Lenny Henry as well.
Yeah.
Are you going to show a clip?
Yeah, it's on. Sally James was gorgeous.
Was she also in Magpie?
I'm not sure she's in Magpie.
DVD Film Block says his mum used to like Swap Shop. That was she was in that camp.
Yeah.
It definitely, like, when I've seen clips of Tiz Wars, it's definitely the TFI Friday of kid shows.
Yeah, it was just pure chaos, absolute chaos. Like I said, Lenny Henry was in it, doing various characters. They just used to abuse all these kids. It was fantastic.
I've just seen Bob Calgees. I know I'm on the delay here, but I've just seen Bob Calgees.
Yeah. And Spit the Dog.
The people who we bought, this is Andrea, the people who we bought our house off got the swap shop clock when the programme closed. What, the actual prop from the show?
Amazing,
yeah.
Wow.
And you're right, Spit the Dog, that was Bob Calgees' little mate, wasn't it? Spit the Dog. Retro Gamer, Tiz was for older kids. Yeah, I bet students used to like it as well. Oh, I've just seen Banana Man pop up.
Yeah, I've got to play Banana Man. I mean, I've talked about Banana Man a lot, and this is the one costume I want.
Do you know
if we ever do a meetup, a retro meetup, I want a Banana Man outfit.
I need to see you in that outfit.
Oh, I just love the story and the humour of it.
Isn't it John Pertwee is the spotty man?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I'm on Super
No,
Ted.
you're thinking of Super Ted, yeah.
Yeah, I'm on Super Ted. So hang on, Banana Man. Is it Bill Oddie?
I can't remember.
Is he one of the voices? Big Juffer will know.
Yeah, come on, Juffer.
He always knows. Apparently, Banana Man is on Prime, so you can get your kids to watch it.
Yeah. I used to. My kid used to drive. I used to drive him nuts, making him watch all these things.
I'm going to try and do it with my little girl as well. I'm going to try and get her to watch all these things too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the goodies. So yeah, it was Bill Oddie, Graham something, Tim Brooke Taylor, and Graham something. Yeah,
definitely.
Have you got any more clips? I like this.
Yeah. I've got to play this one because this was my hero. Oh, it was an amazing show, and shut up.
Oh, that's a good point. Anna says this was repeated a lot in the 80s, as was Hulk. No. Hulk was on when I was a kid. You used to see the Incredible Hulk episodes, and they were, I don't know if you remember it, but it was really sad.
Especially at the end, that I used to bring a glass to it, a taste of a glass like that would.
I've been walking around Wigan sometimes, and I can hear that.
Yeah.
Like in me mind's eye. God, it's so sad. It's like, have you ever seen The Littlest Hobo?
Oh yes, yeah. You play that on your streams.
Have I? The Lily's Hobby again is really sad, like because this little dog, he's a bit like Hulk, but he's a dog. Because at the end of the story, he always like has to leave.
Yeah, sad, isn't it?
And hits the streets again. John Gage could never get into Blake 7. I love Blake 7. Have you got any memories of Blake 7?
The toys. I did have a toy of the spaceship. I forget what it was called.
It's the Liberator.
The Liberator, yeah. And it had like plastic, like antenna things out of it, and I remember chewing one of them off. As you do.
That whole thing of kids chewing toys.
I was a bugger for it. My brother had Action Man, and I actually shaved its head. He was already like dead short.
Yeah, he was already shaved, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually shaved its head with a razor, so he was bald.
One of my sort of loveliest memories of being a kid is I used to go around to my nan's after school because my mum was at uni, and I went to my nan's one night and she'd managed to pick up secondhand somebody's complete collection of Action Men, and there must have been about 20 Action Men.
Yeah.
Loads of different vehicles and a big tower with like a zip line that came down from it.
Yeah.
And I will never forget walking in and seeing that. I don't think I've ever seen, and bearing in mind, I've got a lot of videos of Linda Lusardi, so I'm not sheltered from excitement.
Yeah.
I walked in and there was this whole Action Man world, and I just couldn't believe it. I mean, they may as well have given me a speedboat.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. They should have had that as a prize on the end of Bullseye, definitely.
Yeah, like a little Action Man.
That would have been awesome.
Crazy guy from Bolton going, "Fuck's this, Jim?" Looking back at the chat, Littlest Hobo made me cry. Says 8-Bit Rage. Yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah.
I once accidentally scalped an action figure of Davy Tennant's 10th Doctor because I didn't know the glasses weren't removable. Oh dear.
Oh, there's some fantastic stories coming in, isn't there?
Yeah, it's amazing how like particularly like toys just takes you right back. I think I had was it Manta Force?
Yeah, I remember those Manta Force.
Yeah. Again, secondhand. I got a lot of stuff secondhand. I mean, we weren't poor, but we were poor. So you used to get a lot of stuff. I remember getting a Manta Force, and my mum trying to explain why it was that a bit of it was glued on. Because some other kid had snapped the top off it.
Right.
And she was like, "Oh, I think they've been in a galactic war or something."
Yeah. Yeah. Here's another show that you can still see nowadays. Let's see if you can. If this is one you may have known.
Those who believe that life here began out there, far across the universe, with tribes of humans.
I'm on a delay. I'm not thick.
Who may have been the forefathers of the Egyptians, or the Toltecs, or the Mayans. Some believe that there may yet be brothers of man.
I'm seeing it now.
Who even now
don't tell
fight to survive somewhere beyond the heavens.
Battlestar Galactica.
There you go.
Sorry.
Again, this has got. I think this was a Sunday evening or late afternoon show that was on, and it was amazing. Again, it just sparked the love of sci-fi for me, along with obviously Star Wars and things like that. But all these shows, they just. I think a lot of it was to do with they all had cat suits. All the women wore cat suits. It was great.
It definitely seems to be the theme.
Yeah.
I see that Face is in it, out of A-Team.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Fucking adverts.
Benedict is in it.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Dirk Benedict,
That is one cool guy. He was on Big Brother one year, Celebrity Big Brother, and he was still pretty bloody cool.
Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, obviously he was Face, wasn't he, after that? And he was always my star. But saying that, I did enjoy the new Battlestar when it came out.
It's
I really
very highly
did.
regarded.
Yeah. Very highly. Yeah. Very highly regarded.
And it was very nice of you to advertise Voltarol to everyone. Are you on?
Well, yeah. Well, I'm unlike you. I've not paid for YouTube Premium or whatever it is. I'm a cheapskate.
Do you know what? It's just nice to be on YouTube and the advert's not for PCB Way.
Well, yeah, there is that. Yeah. So, although at my age now, when I watch all the retro TV stuff on like Classic and all that, it's all bloody to try to sell me a pension or source out my funeral.
Oh, dude, right, yeah, because this is the thing, is that they start targeting ads, don't they?
Yeah, they do, and it's like, oh, for fuck's sakes, I'm not dead yet. But
I've started seeing adverts for hair loss, and I think it's because Avocet Panya has started a rumor that I'm losing my hair, and I think Google are onto it.
Well, yeah, this is it. I reckon it's. Have you got one of those things that listens in? What's it called again?
I have actually.
Amazon things. Yeah.
So I think Avocet Panya is to blame.
Yeah, I think he should actually buy you a hair product just for that.
I don't need it. Can I just clarify? I'm not losing my hair.
Adverts for Viagra. Yeah.
Daytime TV funeral plans,
Yeah.
I had ads for panic rooms and safe rooms for a while. Oh my god, on Facebook.
Yeah.
And adverts for GIMP.
That's obviously targeted to you there, Anna. Obviously.
And Big Juffer loves Battlestar Galactica. That's right, Pete. I'm not going grey as well. Yes. The rumours can stop.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I was going to have my hair done today, but get my roots done, but the missus came back late, so from Pound Shop. So,
do you do a bit of what is it? Just for?
No, we just get the Pound Shop stuff.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, and she does it for me. It's only £1, isn't it?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I'm a cheap bastard. So what can I say?
Dude, this sounds strange because it's your series, not mine. But thank you for being the first guest on Yellowbelly's Retro-Recollections.
Thank you so much. I hope people get a general idea now of what I'm after. Now, I know you've got to scoot off in a minute.
I've got 5 minutes, no problem.
You got 5 minutes, because I do have a compilation video to play. And the idea of these compilation, like the Sweets one, I've done one for TV programs as well. And it's to jog your memory to everybody in the chat, so that they'll have an idea of maybe shows that they saw and they think, oh God, I remember that, like we have been doing.
And just to say before, so people are clear, Phil's now looking for you guys to get involved. Come on the show, and he will talk to you as I have talked to him, and it'll be great because I'm looking forward to watching it and finding out more about people, because it's amazing when they get talking about toys and sweets and all these things. So if any of you are interested in coming on and being the guest for Phil, what's the best way of them?
Discord. Yeah, PM me on Discord. I've got a few people already that I've harassed. That are going to come on. And if there's anybody else that wants to come on, just PM me. More than welcome. The idea is it's a bit of fun, and it's nice stories as well, because we've all got these memories of things and silly things. It's like I look back at blackjacks, and I used to actually, even as a little toddler, I used to nick them from the local paper shop, because put my hand over and grab a couple out of the box while he wasn't looking. So. But silly little stories like we've been doing, and it's given Mike the opportunity to reminisce as well. and I'm looking forward to actually interviewing Mike. I'll let him have a few weeks off because I know he's a busy lad. He's a busy lad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I shall play the compilation, and hopefully people will recognise some of them, and hopefully enjoy it.
Here we go.
Here comes Bod.
I would name them, but I'm out of sync, so you'll think I'm...
Yeah.
Bertha, lovely Bertha.
I got bored straight away.
Yeah.
And anyone who works with you will know just
That's right, Classics Race.
Being from Wales, Rach should know this one.
Have a set like in Bertha.
Oh, hello.
Let's pretend.
Is it either the engine that's Welsh then?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's scary. Sorry, I'm looking at Pipkins.
Yeah, very scary.
Christ.
way down deep in the middle of the Congo. A hippo took a rubber on a mango.
There's that swap shop as well I was talking about.
Yeah. I should try some of this. Sorry, I'm out of sync.
Pew,
Just
pew,
seen,
Barney McGrew, Cuthbert Dibble, Grow.
Black Beauty had a lovely theme tune, didn't it?
Mr. Ben.
I know him. He used to go in and he'd come out and he'd be wearing different clothes, wouldn't he?
Yeah, and have different adventures. Classic, this one.
Is it Pugwash the one where they've all got names like Big Dick and Seaman?
Seaman Stains. I think.
Oh, Metal Mickey. We've talking about it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, Seaman Stains. Masturbates. Was that one of the names? No way. How did you get away with that? That's a good point, DVD and film work. I bet the shopkeeper did get pissed off at Mr. Ben coming and not buying anything.
Yeah. There's a fair few of them, so... There's one for Steve on Retro and Limb.
Which was that?
Emu's World.
Hey Kate, how you doing?
Ludwig.
I agree, Kate.
Oh, Tex88 says the whole masturbates thing is
Is it real? I don't think it is.
Think of all the animals you've ever heard about, like rhinoceroses and tigers, cats and mink. There are lots of funny animals in all this world.
Oh, who's that dog called? Is it like Hong Kong Phooey?
Yeah.
Yes, it's Friday and it's Cracker Jack.
Five.
I just saw a little bit of rainbow there.
Four.
hobbies are still going.
1. Thunderbirds are go.
Dooby-dooby-doo, where are you? We got some work to do now.
A house with a door. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Paddington. It was so cool how Paddington was a mixture of drawings and models.
Yeah.
Yum, yum. At your party, be a smarty and higher.
Sorry, folks, there is a lag. So I'm seeing them before even Mikey does. Oh, Linda Carter.
I'm on Rent-A-Ghost at the moment.
Eggs in space.
I think your landings are hard and your brain is soft.
Is almost 6.5 minutes past 12.
This has got to be the Tomorrow People.
BBC One is closing
No, it's
down.
not. It's Pigs
From
in Space.
all of us here, this is Peter Brook wishing you a very good night.
There we go. I'll just let you catch up.
8-Bit Rage, Juliet Bravo. Yeah, I keep meaning to watch a bit of Juliet Bravo. I think it was like a precursor of The Bill.
Yeah. Is it finished?
It has finished my end, yes.
Yeah. Just a quick one. Who was your Doctor Who?
Me?
Yeah. Who was yours?
Didn't have one. Just a little bit too late to have one. But I got into Doctor Who from buying the VHS tapes off the car boot sale.
Yeah.
So I didn't have a Doctor Who when it was aired, but when I was buying the tapes, my Doctor Who was definitely John Pertwee because I had more of his tapes.
Yeah, yeah. No, I was a Tom Baker Doctor Who.
Baker. Well, yeah, I mean, amazing. I got to meet him once at a book signing and I just couldn't speak. It was so exciting, I couldn't speak.
Yeah, oh no, amazing he was. He just had that mad suaveness about him. That's the only way I can...
Just incredible. And he's still working now. They do audio adventures with him. He's still doing stories now.
I know, isn't he amazing? Yeah, absolutely amazing. Yeah. So there we go.
Dude, I'm gonna run.
Yeah.
But, thank you for letting me come on the very first of what I'm sure is going to be a massive series for you.
I hope so. And hopefully that video clip I've just played will rattle a few memories for a few people and give them ideas of what to talk about, possibly.
Well, listen, I want you to stay on if you can for another 10 minutes, and then you can push everyone in our direction. Me and Janey are on at 9:30.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll start our stream about 25 past.
Yep, and then I'll send everybody over.
Thanks, dude. Pete Walker is currently head of publicity at Mikey and Janey Industries, so I'm sure Pete will drop the link into chat for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see you over there, guys. We're doing Commodore 64 followed by game shows.
Fantastic. Can't beat that. Big thank you, Mikey. Big thank you for helping me with this.
Mate. You're an absolute legend for everything you do for everyone in the community, and I wish you the best of luck with the new series. I know it'll be massive.
I hope so. And like I said to you pre-streaming, any of these give you ideas, feel free to steal them.
I'm sure I will. Thanks, mate. And,
my pleasure.
Thank you, everyone in the chat, for chatting along and having fun with us. And I will see you over on Twitch in about 10 minutes' time. Lots of love to everybody. Yellowbelly. See you later.
See you later, buddy. Well, there we go. There is the legend that is Mikey Smith. Again, big thank you, Mikey, for helping me with this. And now it's over to you guys. I'm hoping that this evening has brought some good memories for you, especially during these times. The idea is now that you guys contact me via Discord, the ones that I haven't spoken to yet and wish to be part of it. And what I shall do is... Oh, thank you, Pete. Thank you. What I shall do is I'll send you like a little questionnaire out. So it'll be like 3 games, 3 TV programs, 3 of this, 3 of the other. So I can prepare it and do something similar to what I've just done here with video clips, etc. and some of the games. Now I'll try my best just so people can see them. So I hope you all enjoyed that. I hope, again, that it's given you all something to think about, something nice. So yeah, as Mikey Smith says there, get on that. Yeah. You know what? Oh, thank you, Big Juffer. Thank you. Appreciate that. I've put a lot of work into this, and Andrea is working away in the background. So I send all the stuff to her, and she will create backdrops like this. The backdrops I've got here are of course, things that are relevant to me and my story. That hopefully gives you a little bit of sorry about that, Avaset, but you can have that on yours. So there we go. Yeah, you can see in the chat everybody buzzing over their memories. That was the idea, and I'll say it again. This all came about because I was on a stream, and somebody put in the stream a memory of their the mum playing Oh Mummy with them. And I thought, you know what, we need more of those stories and those memories and those positivity things. So yeah, the idea is you come on, and even if you don't want to be on camera, as you can see, I can do both. I can do the audio only if that's okay. Now, those that are unable to do it on a Sunday, I can also pre-record. What I will do is do a pre-recording of the show, edit it, etc., and then I will throw it up on a Sunday as a premiere or something like that, and I'll be in the chat with you. So there's that option as well. So there's no excuse not to be involved. I think this community is an amazing community, and I think we all deserve a little bit of limelight. And yeah, I love this community, and I love doing things like this. And the one thing you would have realised, especially with my A to Z series, I actually enjoy doing the chatting and the memory stuff more than I do the gaming, believe it or not. So yeah, definitely please get involved. Now then, yes, Pete, if you can do the honours, mate, that would be awesome. Yeah, no, you go for it, buddy. So what we're about to do is, there we go, the link is now in the chat. So I want everybody who possibly can to go over to Twitch and join in Mikey's, and we shall, I'll be there myself after I've had something to eat. And yeah, any questions, anything you want to know, throw it into my Discord. Yeah, Mike. And we shall, I'll try and answer them, and any queries you've got, and we shall, as I said, we shall iron it out, and hopefully have a lovely show for you as well, as a guest. So there we go. Big thank you to everybody in the chat for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I'll be dead. That was my mum. There you go. It was Beardo. There you go. So there you go, Andrea. We were asking each other, and Rachel, we were talking about this. We were saying, who was it? Who was it? It was Beardo. So well done, Beardo. And I'm hoping to have you as a guest as well, Beardo, because that is such a lovely story. And yeah, the idea is get everybody on board. Thank you, everybody. Big thank you again to the awesome Mikey. Big thank you again to Andrea for doing all the graphics for me in this series. Love you all, and I think I shall just again, if you can just spam. Oh, it's still in there. Yeah, spam the chat again with Mikey. Mikey's Discord, and I shall sign off as such. So all that leaves me to say really is